Hello, AniGains viewers, and welcome to episode 21.
Yeah, I think so.
21.
I think it might be right.
21 of the AniGains podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Camsy Fitness. I'm joined by the fellas again. Sorry, I received so many angry messages last week from people just saying, "Where's the AniGains podcast? I need to hear the boys argue about Japanese cartoons." And me and Qais, Noah fucked it off. Noah said, "I hate the fans."
I'd rather just paint my room random colours instead, rather than entertain the AniGains listeners. Yeah,
pretty much.
So we're back. We're back with a banger. There's been a lot of things going on in the world of bodybuilding, a couple of things going on in the world of anime, but most importantly, some things have been going on in our lives. So, gentlemen, how are we?
Yes, do you want me to go? You?
I'll go. Yeah, man, I'm not too bad. I think since the last podcast, I've started my diet. Yeah, I don't think I started my diet on the last podcast, so I think I'm about 7 pounds down, or 6 pounds down since I started.
What, in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Mate.
Most of it, a big part was like food volume and water in the first couple of days, so that was a big part of it. But yeah, man, I'm still like in that fat and flat stage, and I probably will be for the next couple of weeks or so. When you kind of lose that pop and fullness that you had, and you're still fat, so you look even worse to start off with.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it is what it is. I feel like I needed it because I was just feeling sluggish. When you're in that stage of the off season where you're dreading every meal, you just feel lethargic and like a bum basically throughout the day, and training gets worse as well. And yeah, it's just like, what is insulin sensitivity at that point? So since then, feel much better now. Appetite, I'm actually enjoying my meals, feeling more productive throughout the day, and training's actually getting better as well. So yeah, man, can't complain. Other than that, pretty same old really. Just posing and going to shows. Are you boys at the PCA this weekend, by the way?
Yeah, I've got 2 clients competing.
Yeah.
Nice. Is this your first prep clients?
Yeah, that's my first ever time bringing people to stuff. I'm fucking shitting myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so exciting. Like, it's obviously peak week for them at the minute, so I'm on my phone constantly checking, getting them to pose after each meal so I can see what's sitting right, how their weight's moving with it, how water, and like everything. It's completely different, but I'm just hoping it goes well on Sunday, sorry. Are you going, Cam?
Where is it?
Kettering.
Oh, no, I won't be. I'm on holiday, mate.
So you are.
Yeah.
So you are. Tell other people.
I would have actually come otherwise. No. I don't know, AniGains viewers, if you can see, I currently have a surfboard around my neck. It's getting to that sort of time of year where I start looking at the sky, I start smelling the air, and I think, fuck, I need to be by the ocean right now. So
I just need a reset, bro. Done too much work.
Oh yeah. Oh, God forbid. I've done my job that I get paid to do. So now I need to go on holiday. I'm just not going to do any work. I'm just going to take everyone.
Yeah, clients, if you message me, I will not respond.
No, fuck that. Honestly, I'm still going to get back. If anything, I'm going to have more time to get back to people. We're going to be like, fucking like, on the beach. Like the best times to go surfing, typically, I would say, are like in the mornings at like 7 o'clock. It sort of depends where you are, and it depends on like what the waves are like. But yeah, I want to be, if anything, doing a little bit more work. I'll be on the fucking beach. Just like I understand how like you can lay on the beach and not. I don't know if I'm like ADHD brain. No, I know you can definitely relate. But like the idea of just sitting there, laying down. Hell.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I need to go see how far out I can swim before the tide drags me away or something.
Yeah. So doing stuff I will be. I'm going to be I got some new manga to read. You know, I'm gonna be surfing. I'm probably gonna hit an NPS spike or cut some watermelon on the beach. That's like my favorite. Yeah, that's basically my plans up until Wednesday. And it's straight and doing work, obviously, because I actually like doing this. I kind of like coaching. I think it's quite fun. I don't think it requires me to have time off. It's essentially always a holiday when you love what you do. So yeah, I think it's a pretty nice wrap up of everything. No, if you wanted to speak more on like fucking Sinead and Cammy, like fucking go for it, because like
yeah, feel free to share your screen as well.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my photos up. So yeah, it is peak week for Sinead and Cammy just now. It'll probably be easier if I just get my Instagram up actually. But no, things are going really, really well. Cammy's hit 2 back-to-back new lows with introducing more food, less moving around, pulled cardio straight out. I think this should work. Share screen. Wah, bang! Right, so this is Sinead here. Sinead is now sitting at £130. There's more to pull off for sure. I had an in-person with Sinead not too long ago as well. And she's gotten even leaner from this point here. And yeah, the plan is toned figure. We've got a good few shows this year. Sinead's actually been my longest working client, over 2 years now. So excited to get her on stage. Literally, was it 3 days now? I think it's 3 days, which is a bit mental. These shots were fucking sick. And she's only getting better in this peak week as well, with more food getting brought in and just trying to drop off as much stress as possible. And yeah, obviously for both of these people, it's their first season. Here's Cammy as well. This was, when was this? Yeah, this was 4.5 weeks out. So he's even leaner than this, sharper. And this is junior bodybuilding. So Cammy is 21. Met him from actually trying to help him with posing practice last year. I was trying to learn a little bit more about how to pose people because I find it really interesting and enjoying. Enjoying? Is that the word?
Enjoyable.
Enjoyable, that's it. Found it really enjoying. But yeah, he's come on massively in the last few months especially, that you can see how like lean his legs are getting now. Still a decent bit more to come off, but the plan is for both of these, both Cammy and Sinead, to compete in both this show and the, hold on 2 seconds, I've just realised my search bar had me looking up ADHD medication, so I'm going to try and get rid of that real fucking quick.
Nice.
Let me get rid of my tabs. I'll open it back up, boys. Screen. So yeah, so they're both going to do the BMBF show and the PCA 3 and possibly some further on shows towards the back end of the year. And yeah, I'm dieting as well. Obviously not quite as lean as them, but we are starting to get a little bit less fat. Thank fuck. I've had to send messages into the chat to see what the boys are thinking in terms of the shape coming along, but thankfully not quite as tubby custard as that was awful. This was, mate, I think this was like a week to 2 weeks after being at the AniGains house. Look at how fucking blocky that is, mate.
Chicken George, man.
That's Chicken George to the gut, mate. So yeah, that was a genuinely horrible look. Stop presenting. Yeah, horrible look. But we're like 14 pounds down in 4 weeks.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Very nice.
I mean, I even told you at the time, like, you see, the thing is like, yeah, it's fat relative to like bodybuilding, but you know, I don't know. I feel like when you look at Shape Enough, like I saw the vision essentially, and I was like, oh mate, like if you can bullshit poses, like it's still there, you know. And I was like,
Yeah.
I think for you, definitely Noah, like you don't realize, I think, how good you're going to be. I think you set the bar quite low for yourself. I think genuinely, mate, like especially like based on those shots, Not even trying to glaze, bro. I just think you'll surprise yourself. Is my take anyway. I don't know if Kez will agree. Kez is a hater, so he probably will.
I
Kez,
am not.
yeah.
I am not a hater.
Kez is a hater. AniGains fans, let it be known.
I'm not. I'm not a hater. I'm a constructive person. I'm a realist, right?
Hater, man.
But the shape is coming in nicely. It actually is. Now your waist is coming in. You're seeing a really nice V-taper, the way the lats flare out, and it's there already at 193 pounds. And
Yeah.
obviously, as you diet down, that'll come in even more. So I think, like, you have got good shape for men's physique, and that's the most important thing, in my opinion, is the V-taper. If you haven't got that, you're kind of screwed for men's physique. So it's there. So as I said, and then when you diet down, you'll see everything pop more as well. In terms of you'll see the delts start to pop, and you see that separation and the lines come in, and that's when it gets exciting. You'll really start to see, okay, this is this is close to what I'm going to look like, I suppose. So yeah, mate, I agree with Cam. To be fair, I think you may surprise yourself with how what you look like and how well you do in physique.
This is the nicest thing you've ever said to me since I've met you.
How am I not nice? How am I?
Mate.
Am I some like guy who just trashes people?
Mate, no, let's be real. At the AniGains household, every other comment to me was like, Cam, look how fucking fat Noah is.
I did not say that.
No
I
one would be
never said
trying
that.
to satiate himself. God forbid the boy wants to eat a...
Oh yeah. No, I was saying
Look
that
at how
about-
food
no.
focused he is, no, Cam.
Yeah, no. I was talking about
Houses
eating
is me.
habits. Your eating habits were absolutely horrendous. I'm sorry. They were
No.
awful. They were. I think you genuinely had a disorder at that
No,
point. You did. You were like, anytime anything food related was mentioned in passing, like you would just latch onto that moment. Like, oh my god, we need to get this. We need to get this now. Oh my
I was
god.
true to be fair. That did happen. That happened.
Listen, you don't get a waist like that without that kind of mindset, lads. So, there you go. It's an achievement.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, speaking of Noah going into bodybuilding, men's physique, on the other hand, could I be going and ditching the board shorts?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, over the last few weeks, I've actually been doing some bodybuilding posing with Mr. Matt Chapman. So, yeah, now it's been going well so far.
Sounds so strange when you say his last name.
Yeah.
Why?
Who the fuck is Matt Chapman?
Do you call him Butcher?
Yeah, because I always think of Christian Chapman.
Yeah. Just call him
Butcher's
Butcher.
wet
Fat
dream.
Butcher then, that's fine.
Butcher.
Butcher's wet dream. He should have kept that. Yeah, he should have kept that in his bio. But yeah, man. No, yeah. Honestly, Matt's wicked. Matt's really, really good, and he really knows his stuff with his bodybuilding posing. Very in depth. I mean, that's the kind of thing that I like. 'Cause with the physique, as Campbell, like I'm very detail orientated, and Matt's the same with the bodybuilding side of things. So yeah. So as I said, it's a lot. Well, I don't know if it's harder than I thought, but it's hard. It is really hard in terms of a lot of the concepts are quite foreign to me in terms of staying tight on your quads, externally rotating your quads to show the sweep, while still keeping your stomach sucked in and keeping everything opened up at the same time, tipping your pelvis back and pushing the kind of tilting forward a little bit, which is a little bit different to physique. But yeah, man, it's I'm actually really enjoying it because it's kind of like I was at a stage where I'm not like I don't claim to be some messiah when it comes to men's physique posing, and I don't say I know everything, but it got to the point where I don't know, I was learning less new things with men's physique posing, and I was kind of just teaching them to other people. And I feel like I always want to be just learning new things and learning new skills, and I feel like it's something new for me to kind of sink my teeth into. And the more I'm doing it and the better I get at the bodybuilding posing, the more I'm like, okay, I actually look pretty decent in some of these shots. So yeah, we'll see what I look like as I go throughout this diet and I get leaner. And then yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Maybe at some point in the future you'll see Q-Bum on stage.
Mate,
Classic bum.
cool.
Make it happen.
That'd be
Make it
That's
happen.
it. Got to do a UC big girl routine. Has to be done.
Oh, mate, that'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah.
AniGains fan.
Honestly,
Boo.
literally, I envision in my head a reel of me doing UC Big Girl, and Noah is filming it, and I can hear Noah and Cam on the reel just like screaming my name or just going crazy, just waiting for the anime drop or something like that, or a quote from Luffy or something on the. I'm gonna do that because I'm looking at some Samuel Kim like edits in terms of anime themes with like snippets from the voice actors on there for like potential routines.
Yeah.
And I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I actually have envisaged that quite a few times.
I think.
So would you think about doing it next season then, including
Yeah.
the men's physique season?
Yeah, just for fun. Like I'm not doing it just saying, oh, I need to
Yeah.
get a pro card or anything. It's more just because I love it. I love it just to see how I do and yeah, have that opportunity to express myself on stage fully and do a full routine. Like it's something I've always wanted to do. And it'd be more for fun rather than, oh, I need to win or anything like that. Obviously, my aspirations are still within men's physique, and that's where I see my potential in the sport. But I'd love to do it one day, a classic show.
I think that's the fucking best thing, man. Like, if you have a vision of doing something, like, why the fuck would you not get after that, you know? Like, just see it through. Like, you're not going to lose anything by trying. And I know that I'd be fucking stoked to see that. Roughly, do you have, like, a rough, like, sort of showdown? I would assume it would be towards the back end of the season, right?
Yeah. It'd be like September onwards.
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, whenever those hammies come in eventually.
Yeah.
If
Fucking...
they do.
Oh, mate, you can do it with fat hamstrings. We don't care. As long as you do it, bro.
That's it. Just bust out.
Do your whole routine from the front. No one will see the hamstrings.
Yeah. Just do a twisting back double by, but just keep your quads facing forward. Just hit like quickly.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, let's quickly segue onto this topic of people dancing in routines. Have you seen the stuff that's been going around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that?
So, for me, I think that, to be fair, I don't know if this is going to be you guys' opinion. I think that it's a bit stupid. Okay. I think that, yes, it's an opportunity to sit and express yourself, but some people will make the excuse of like, oh, well, it's their journey to get to the stage, but bodybuilding for me isn't something that is like for, not that it's not for everyone, but it's a sport at the end of the day, and I feel like it takes away from it in a sense, and I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like if people were like the guy that was going,
oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
I thought that was just a load of shite, and there's no point that's going to be empowering or it completes his journey, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, you're not embracing anything of being on the stage if you're just like lip singing. Go to karaoke if you want to sit and do a sing and dance. I don't know. That's just me. It's not for the routines, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think I kind of have a take that's kind of in between the two. The thing is, like, these routines, I'm assuming for these federations, the routines aren't strictly judged, right? Or have very minimal judgment, right? And I think it's sort of relative. The one thing I care about, and it's more of a segue topic, you know, that I think it is triggering people so much. I think it's less to do with their routines. It's more to do with the individual. With that individual that Noah described, was he anywhere close to stage condition?
No.
But I can tell you 2 Olympians off the top of my head who have dancing routines who everybody loves. Urs and Kai Green. They were doing that fucking ages ago. So it's less to do with, you know, how you choose to present your physique. I don't give a fuck. Just make sure you're in condition, and that, you know, at the end of the day, it's a bodybuilding show. So like Noah said, like it depends on what your intent is. If you're if you are actually competitive and the routine isn't strictly judged, and you're not too asked how, you know, people perceive you, then do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's your you know, you can do what you want. Like, I don't care. Just, you know, you kind of have to lose in grace where if you don't win the Mystic Classic Era Award, you probably lost it because you did the robot. And, you know, if you're going to get beat on anything, just make sure, like, you know, you're not just turning up to sort of have eyes on you, because that's not what a bodybuilding show is for. It's to be competitive. So just be in shape. I don't know. That's my take anyway.
Yeah. I agree to an extent. I mean, obviously I'm a posing coach. I love posing. I love when people put effort into their posing routines and demonstrate like a really graceful routine that they put thought into and matches the music and everything. I love that as much as anyone else. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I know people are getting super triggered by it on social media. Like, if it's an amateur show, right? Like, who is it harming? No one's looking at that and is thinking, oh, that looks so good, I'm going to do that. It's not setting a bad example because no one thinks it's a good thing. The guy's going to finish dead last anyway. I mean, if you want to solve it, just score the posing routine. Like, that's the easiest fix. Is that'll stop people messing around and doing stupid things in posing routines. If you put an emphasis into that, saying, okay, we're going to score you in that. Okay, maybe not who has a beautiful flowing routine, but okay, score your physique in comparison to okay how clean the routine was. That will stop people who actually want to do well doing stuff like that. If you want to do it, but if people want to do it, let them. I found it pretty funny, to be fair. Like, okay, you look at it for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you'll have a laugh, and then that's it. It's done. It's not people. It only became a big thing because people were getting triggered by it. I don't think it's as deep as it should have been, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that if you let watching a video like that spoil your day, and you get so annoyed to the point where you're reposting and you're commenting, you've got a fucking sad life. Like, if that's going to be something that spoils your mood and you care that much about
it. Exactly. It's literally an amateur NPC show at the end of the day. Like, you're always going to get people, and I see people every single show who clearly put no effort into their posing routine. Are you going to flame them as well? Like, at what point does it stop? So I don't know. I think it's been blown out of proportion a little bit, to be fair. And I think, as Cam mentioned, it's been done for years. Kai Green is famous for doing this sort of thing. There's another one called Melvin Ante, who was from the early 2000s, who like famously did like a robot routine, and he actually looked really good in the routine. So it can be done, and it can be done well, but I would just say if you want to do well, make sure you're actually hitting poses in a routine as well. Don't just dance about, because it's a bit stupid. But at the same time, if you want to do it and you want to have fun, go for it. Like, you're not hurting anyone other than your own placing.
Yeah, this segues quite nicely into something else. See, the only person I forbid from standing on a bodybuilding stage where they shouldn't be there is a dirty fucking cheater. Is someone who will take PEDs and jump on a natural stage. That is the person who has no place on being on a stage, which unfortunately happened at PCA Naturals 1 at the beginning of this year. I don't think we should pull up a screen. I know who the athlete is.
Yeah, I've seen photos. I think we all know who it is.
I'm guessing everyone who's listening knows who it is at this point.
But like, it's not.
If not, we'll tag him below.
Well, mate, he's actually here on the show. Turns out he's on standard. If he was an anime fan, I'd forgive him. No. But yeah, like,
take all the pen you want, mate. What's your 3x3?
Oh, mate, fucking hell. I don't know. So, here's my sort of take on that, right? I think it riled up a lot of people. Obviously, you know, sort of like rightfully so. Because you've essentially had somebody take the opportunity away from something else. And see, for myself personally, I don't think naming and shaming is productive in that light. I think you're just going to send a bunch of angry people because it doesn't actually solve anything. But the PCA took it upon themselves, and I got a fucking 12 likes on my comment. I'll have you know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, on a PCA.
What did you say?
Did you get any inquiry responses?
Loads, mate. All 12 people. Yeah, no, so what I had was essentially, I just said, I was like, listen, you awarded the athletes their respective medals. So the guy that came second obviously got sent a first place trophy. And obviously the guy that probably placed fourth in that show got sent a trophy and medal. And I think that's the most important thing, because I think people, like they don't understand drug testing is not fucking instant, and there are so many people that enter these fucking shows. Like, you're going to have people slip through the cracks, and I can guarantee you, every natural show in the future, not every person is going to be a lifetime natural. In fact, you probably have certain guys losing classes who probably are not even getting tested. Guys that are placing, second or third, who are not getting popped, who actually are, like assisted athletes, but they won't get tested because they don't have the funds to test everybody. And testing results are not instant. So you can't stop that as a federation. But what you can do is give your respected athletes, what they deserve. And I think that's really important, because, like, I know it's probably a bit better to receive, I don't know, it's not the same, but when Finn Kelly received, obviously, it's not the way in which you wanted to win, but it's still, it's better than that, than, just there was no winner of this show. I think, that is the correct way to do things. And I think ultimately that's what you can do. You can ban cheaters from competing again. You can send a broader message to everybody else, and, you can give the people that deserve what they needed, in spite of foul play, what they deserve. I think that's the most productive and the only thing that can be done.
Yeah. So I'm going to play a devil's advocate and say you should name and shame. The reason being, this will send a message to other federations and stop them competing with other federations as a natural. Because what's to stop him now just sneaking into another show and doing that as a natural?
But in that case, I feel like the industry themselves know who it is. Like,
They
people
do,
who want to
and they
know,
do.
be like, okay,
Yeah.
who won? Was it bodybuilding short or something like that? Because I think
Yeah.
PCA didn't say his name, but they just said what the actual category was. So people were right, okay, who won bodybuilding short and Natty won? Right, okay, it was this guy. Okay, that's him. I feel like people will learn, even though they don't say his name. But to be fair, I actually don't know about the name thing. I think that
You know, the IMBA have like a website, and it literally has like a hall of shame on the IMBA
Really?
website with everyone who's failed the drugs test.
fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my inner morality kicking in. I just don't see the productivity in witch hunting individuals. I feel like federations should maybe talk to each other, because that same dude, I think, competed in like a Two Bros show or something.
Yes, I was at that show.
Yeah.
Did he do that one as well?
Apparently, well, okay, I don't want. Okay, all right, fuck it. Well, I'm just gonna say. Apparently, he's a 28-time bodybuilding champion.
On his bio, it has this.
So he's probably done more than just those two.
Yeah,
shows.
he won at least one class at that Two Pro show.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those where it's like, that's where the productivity and federations talking to each other, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, like, I don't know, it's hard to keep track of, fucking one dude, unless you put out like wanted posters, for the federations. It has like a merit to
Dead
it.
or alive.
I just don't get why you'd fucking and especially like using like Clen and a diuretic. Bro, just start your prep a bit earlier, or just push back your show. Like, what is the fucking point? Like, if you're gonna be assisted, at least be proper. Take some fucking tests. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well just use everything. Like, you're gonna cheat.
The AniGains podcast do not endorse the use of anabolic steroids, just to be clear.
Cut that one part. Cut that one part. Yeah. No. But yeah, no. Like, seriously. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just I don't get the idea of. It sort of goes back into like the posing routine thing. Like, winning or achievement through bodybuilding is very much a self-fulfillment thing. as opposed to, like, if you know earnestly in your heart that you did not win fairly, how much of a win is it really? You know, if you're, you know, if you're going into like a niche sort of division, it means more to the people in that division than it does from a third party perspective. I don't know. I just don't get this sort of mentality of, you know, somebody that would do that. But yeah,
No, he's a dick. Like, you're taking away a big moment for a lot of people. Like, if you think about who came second and get taken away the opportunity of going to the overall, sure, they probably wouldn't have. Maybe not have won the overall or whatnot, but even the ability to be like, oh my god, I grafted my arse off as a natural, as the rules said, got myself my gold medal, got myself that opportunity on that day when I was in Wolverhampton, and I was able to be like, you know what, I won my show. I was there, I had fucking this, that, my family travelled this amount, I spent this much on getting there, I spent this much on the prep, and then some prick just decides, I'm going to take Clen and just do that. Like, I feel like it says a lot about the person, it takes away from the efforts of the people that came second, third, fourth, the rest of the class, and it's just a bit of shit, innit?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to speak about the, let's just say, higher profile potential?
Prosper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can take it away, you're the one at the show. We spoke about it on the podcast last time.
We spoke about it in the last podcast. So this is a bit of a different situation because Prosper didn't actually fail the drug test, just to be clear. He actually passed the Two Bros drug test. So this is a little bit different. Basically, actually on the day, I was speaking to Jace about Prosper, and he mentioned to me that Greg Doucet spoke to him and he's asked to get a blood test from Prosper. So Prosper was sending a blood test results to Greg, and he sent it. And I think he sent it, okay, my test levels were in the normal range, blah, 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 I'm natural. And I think Greg did like a proper dissection of the blood work, essentially saying that he's not natural. Now, I'm not versed enough in blood work to say one way or the other, whether he is or he isn't natural, right? But Greg seemed to be pretty damning on his analysis of the blood work, saying, yeah, he's a fake natty, I've caught you. And then in response, Prosper did went to see a bunch of endocrinologists saying, okay, like, can you analyze this blood work? Am I natural? Am I not? And they all obviously said that he's natural. Obviously, you're going to have to take it with a pinch of salt since it was his video. So it's kind of like his words versus Greg's at the minute. Now, whether he's natural or not. So honestly, mate, it's a funny one now because he's competing on Saturday for the pro qualifier with Two Bros. He's passed the drugs test with the Two Bros, so technically he's in the clear to do it. And he is going to get his IFBB pro card with Two Bros this weekend, 100%. Like, there's no one who's going to beat him. So it's going to be very messy. Greg's going to flip out on a video, and that should be very... I don't know what the IFBB are going to do, because it's too high profile to ignore, to be honest. So, yeah. What do you boys think about the situation?
Noah, do you want to go first? I feel like I don't want my opinion to shut down the spark of debate.
I've not watched the Greg Doucet video. I also don't know quite enough about blood work to be like... I've also not seen the blood work. I know enough to be able to look at my clients and be able to help them where they need help. But in terms of being able to distinguish between natural and non-natural when it comes towards much more intricate fucking blood reports, like, I'm not knowledgeable enough and I've not looked towards that before. And I've also not watched the Greg video, so I don't really know the situation. I didn't see Prosper in person, and I've never didn't actually know him before the weekend either, which...
Probably one of the most impressive natural physiques I've ever seen. Probably the most.
Yeah, like, I remember when you posted, I was like, how come I've never seen this guy in my fucking life before?
Yeah.
So, to be honest with you, I think he's... I don't know. I don't know enough to speak on it. Cam?
Okay. All right. So this is my sort of take on it is, as far as I'm concerned, he's passed the IFBB approved drug test, right? So what are we talking? He passed the drug test. He's done blood work himself. It's came back clean. Just because one man.
But is that blood work clean? Is the blood work clean? That's the only thing, because
he did it through the IFBB. I don't think the IFBB would have cleared him for the sake.
So what actually flagged up? Like that Craig was like, he's not.
I think there were other signs that proved. I think when you're on gear, there are other things which are elevated. I can't remember what it was. I think it was ALT and something else that was like massively elevated when it should have been, and there were a bunch of things which would basically indicate he has been on steroids.
I mean, yeah, but
you're gonna have to watch the video.
It's very sort of like relative, to be honest. Like, you know, you can have elevated markers that would point to suggest something. You know, my liver could be, you know, highly damaged, and be like, oh well, that's from orals, and no, that's just from drinking. You know, like, I'm not saying that I drink or anything. That's just an example. But again, I don't know. I would say in this scenario in which he is competing with the IFBB. He's also done his own blood work, like, for himself, but he's also done that to be able to spark debate and, you know, to be able to spark sort of like relevancy for himself here. I don't feel as if he would revel in this much if he wasn't natural, if, you know, there wasn't something more to gain from this, because I knew who Prosper was before he did all this. Prosper was like a very sort of like, he's already like very big in modeling, right? Like, I don't understand why he would dip his toes in bodybuilding unless he was legitimately good enough to kind of get, like, an IFBB pro card naturally. But you don't actually get anything from getting a pro card. You know, like, he gets, like, I don't know, more Instagram engagement for the day. His Instagram engagement was already huge. He was already had, you know, over like, nearly 1 million followers before he even touched bodybuilding. I just feel like a person as sort of like high profile as that has nothing to gain through being a fake natty, you know, as opposed to just like realistically, like, is he good enough to get his IFBB pro card in an untested federation?
Yes.
Who gives a fuck then? I would say, like, you know, honestly, at that point, if he's passed a drug test from the IFBB, if he's good enough as, you know, a natural to be able to get his pro card in a natural federation and also an unnatural federation, if he has nothing to gain through bodybuilding, if he's done blood tests through anything else, I feel like anybody hating on him and anybody just riding on him at this point is just sort of just jealous that that's not them. Is my take personally. Like,
I think to make an informed decision, we need to be more versed on blood work.
I don't think you do. I don't think you can argue with the logic of, well, then why the fuck wouldn't he, you know, do something else? I feel like if, regardless, you know, if you disagree with me, could you beat Prosper if you're assisted?
No.
Okay then.
But you have to think.
It's just okay
There's
then.
another thing which you can gain from saying he's natural. Online clients. If you say if you say I gain these results naturally, people are, oh my god, this guy, he can do that natural. I'm gonna sign up with him for coaching. It, like, you say that's stupid, but that is what people think. That is what
people are stupid then.
That is what normies think.
Bro was already selling PDF workout plans way before he was doing bodybuilding.
But he's always claimed natural.
But then also at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. I don't see what more there is to then gain through jumping into a tested show to further accentuate that point. If he was already...
all I will say, I won't comment on Prosper himself. There are a number of people who do this, who say I'm natural to sell programs or get clients. It does happen, and it's happened since the early days of, like, Michael Hearn, Simeon Panda, Ulysses, all the OG fake natties.
I'm just saying, like, if you were already in a position in which monetarily you were doing well, there's no sort of further gain to put yourself, especially in a position where you can be under the line of fire. I don't know. I don't think it's worth speculating about, especially if he's already good enough to get a pro card. If he was natural or enhanced, it was sort of inevitable that he's going to get a pro card anyway, and he's passed the drug test to that federation.
Let's just say that federation, the drug testing is, not the best.
Commenting because I might potentially be doing a Two Bros show next year.
I might as well, but they don't watch it.
Cut this whole debate out. Cut the Two Bros, we love you.
But yeah.
Please.
Yeah. We love Two Bros drug testing. We love it.
Okay, all right. Well, that's enough of smoking.
Okay, let's go on to more controversy now. PCA, the short classic physique class. Yeah. So we had another show with my good friend and coach, Mr. AJ Morris, and he actually won. He actually won the class. Definitely a fuller look than the one that he had at the Two Bros show. So yeah, I'm super happy for AJ, but that wasn't really the main story. The main story was, well, him in comparison to the guy in second. I don't know if you want to get the real, but basically, a lot of people were complaining on the reels, basically saying that this guy was robbed. This guy in second, I can't remember his name, was robbed because he was bigger than AJ. And he was definitely bigger, but for me, classic physique is not about just being the biggest guy. It's about the shape, it's about the lines, it's about the presentation and everything, and it's about the look. So if it was open bodybuilding, I'd agree. I'd be like, yeah, okay, that guy should have won, but it's not open bodybuilding. It's classic physique. It's about everything else. That guy's posing was super shaky as well. You can see he's kind of like not really staying in the poses and he's kind of shaking about too much. Good, really, really good physique. But as you can see by some of the comments, Nick, PCA guy, yeah, he's an open bodybuilder, and I agree. He definitely is an open bodybuilder. And I think a lot of the people commenting weren't actually at the show, so you can't see, okay, what do these guys look like next to each other when they're going through the rounds? Not just, okay, what does this guy look like by himself in a posing routine? Because they can look very different. This guy's got great physique, but who knows? Maybe in the routine, in the comparisons, he was shaking, sweating a lot, and that does have an impact. So yeah, man. Oh, by the way, I spoke to AJ about this, and he said, so don't give this guy hate or anything, because he actually said he was a really nice guy, and it was just idiots in the comments that were the ones who were just causing a drama about it. But yeah, this is shit. You see that front lat spread, the V-taper, the condition, the posing, everything's on point. It's more bodybuilding and classic physique is not just size. It's other things. So yeah, just a lot of idiots in the comments, just making stupid comments, I suppose. But yeah, what do you boys think?
I have, yeah, okay, so I'll say just like my sort of take on it. Like, if you were to ask me who I think should have won, again, I wasn't there on the day, but I would say based on the reels, I would say AJ has a more classical V-taper. You know, that basically means that his shape is just more of an overall X-frame. It's more so what I like. Also, if you were to compare those reels side by side at the same time, I want you to pay attention to the second dude. Notice how he doesn't actually hit a single classic shot. That is more of an open routine. Which, again, these routines aren't judged, but, you know, it's just a sort of indication to show, you know, basically like what they are. I would say if I were to compare them to each other, and if you were to ask me, okay, one of these guys is an open bodybuilder, one of these guys is a classic guy, who is who? Now, this is the thing with bodybuilding. It is subjective. I think AJ should win. That's my opinion. If you disagree, that is absolutely fine. That's what makes the sport so interesting, right? And I feel like this is a real problem I have with, one, people just getting annoyed at other people for having a name in the sport, one, and two, getting annoyed at federations for making a decision. If you have signed up and you have paid to enter a bodybuilding division, you are willing to get judged by that federation's criteria and their panel of judges. And this then ties into the first point by having a name in the industry. If AJ would have lost, people would have been angry. If AJ would have won, people would have been angry because different people have different opinions. I went on social media today and I saw somebody just saying like, PCA really need to sort out their judging because it's so inconsistent through Classic. 9 grand says that motherfucker competes with PCA next year. So regardless of where he places, he has agreed to get judged by that panel. The results are that results. These 2 athletes are great athletes. Ultimately, one person has to win. That person who has to win will be based on that federation's criteria, which both of these 2 men signed up for and agreed to. There was going to be a winner, there was going to be a loser. That's it. I don't understand why the fuck everybody's like so upset by. I don't know. I've kind of like noticed like a theme with, I don't know, the funny posing reels, routines, whether or not somebody is or isn't natural. People just want to be angry about things these days. It doesn't fucking matter. Get a job. It's not that deep. You know, AJ won. It is what it is. I don't know. That's my take on it anyway. Maybe I'm the one that's out of touch. Maybe I should be foaming at the mouth and shaking my fist. No, how dare there be a winner in a bodybuilding show? You know, I don't know. That's my take on it. Noah, do you have anything to add to that, or do you disagree?
I'll be honest, I zoned out that entire time. I've been sat watching these reels. But I think that on the day, I think that if you look at this, like you say, it hits a front relaxed, most musculars. Like, it is a lot less classic than AJ's. To be fair, for me, I think that AJ looked better at the Two Bros show than he did here. I prefer his Two Bros look than this one. But it's apple and oranges. 2 very different physiques. It just depends on how the judges view it in the day. Like, it's bodybuilding. It's going to be subjective. Some people prefer the judging criteria of one way or the other. And, like, at the end of the day, individual preferences will come into play. And that's going to vary person to person, but going across a panel of judges, the majority have decided that AJ won. So that's it. At least that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, I think
Boys, we've been speaking about bodybuilding for 47 minutes.
Sorry, can I really quickly say something? I saw that there was this woman who competed. Mate, she is jacked.
Oh yeah, she is. She's
So
crazy.
we initially
Absolutely
thought,
crazy.
me and Matt thought she was the actual woman from the Generation X. It turns out she's a China, what's it called? Not cosplayer, but impersonator. She impersonates China from the Generation X. Yeah, hold on.
That's crazy.
Like, fucking identical, by the way. But yeah, she is fucking wham. Mental. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, that was a little tangent. Stop presenting. There you go. Yeah, we have talked a lot about bodybuilding, to be frank, haven't we?
Mate, I think there's the most amount of bodybuilding we've ever spoke on the bodybuilding and anime podcast. You know, people here they've gone to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, they're forwarding through all of this yipper yapper about physiques. They want to know about the cartoons. You know. So, gentlemen, anything to report this week?
Noah?
I have started watching... Fuck, it's not Yu Yu Hakusho. What's it called?
Hajime no Ippo.
Hajime no Ippo, that's it. I've just got the animation style in my head. Yes, Hajime no Ippo. Fucking great. I've reserved that as my stepwatch. Currently, when I'm doing cardio, I'll just watch anything. If I'm, on YouTube, just brain rotting, whatever. But that's my stepwatch when I'm on the walking pad. And my God, is it good. I've always, obviously, as people who watch the podcast know, I'm a sports anime man. And that is a very good one so far. I'm really enjoying it. And people do sing its praises as one of the best. So, I'm only 12 eps in, but I can say even these 12 eps, and you know what? thoroughly more enjoyable than Attack on Titan has been. Thoroughly. I've still not picked it back up yet. I've still not picked
That's
it back up.
crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Mate, see, you were glazing Attack on Titan at the time. You've had a period of time where you've stopped watching it, and now you've just gone back to hating it.
No, because the reason why I stopped it was because I just it was the same kind of, they were stuck in this like castle bit, and I just lost my interest in it. I was like, every episode just felt not draggy, but all of a sudden
It's literally it's the least draggy show I've ever seen. Like every moment, there is less filler in that series than any other anime I've seen. Everything has a purpose.
I feel like maybe it's I've not yet clicked with one character that I'm like, I love this little fucker. You know?
That's not the point of the show, though.
Yeah.
No, I know, but for me to enjoy watching a show, I need to be able to.
It's a story-driven show, not a character-driven one. More than
maybe it's just it's obviously preference. There's no reason why everyone else loves it and it's just not for me. Like, it's obviously going to be. I just don't enjoy that kind of thing.
The point of the show is not, oh, there's good guys and bad guys. It's a bit more morally ambiguous, and it's like you're supposed to question who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. So there's more morally grey characters, which I prefer, rather than, oh, this guy's some happy-go-lucky good guy and then he has to kill the bad guy.
Indirectly about Noah.
Yeah, I'm directly calling out Noah.
No, I think if you've got a lovable idiot, you've got just good guys. I enjoy just being able to sit back and not have to think so much. There's some things.
Yeah.
What?
Is that not just watching the same show in a different font over and over again?
Well, I mean, if you phrase like that, then sure, but I'm enjoying it anyway. Like.
No, Noah. If you like that, you look like you need to watch Naruto. Then that's literally Naruto as a character. That's one of the, in terms of the characters within that, I probably got attached to them more than any other anime, I would say, in Naruto.
Yeah. That's long though.
It is long, but if you'd like it, definitely.
If you're that willing, no, mate, you do watch One Piece, sharp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like. That's the longest.
If you miss out the fillers, it's a lot less slow than One Piece.
Okay. Oh yeah, you get attached to the characters. Fucking like, very. I've cried watching an anime 4 times in my life. Twice of those were Naruto.
4 times only.
Yeah, mate. I don't really cry at anime too much.
Oh, I do all the time. I think Naruto itself. Maybe 20 times, I'd say, in Naruto itself. Yeah.
Bro needs to be reminded that it's not real.
It is real, damn it. It's real to me.
No.
Yeah.
To be fair. No, sorry, go on.
No, go for it, because I'm just going to go segue into another point, so go for it.
I was just going to say, I've seen Hajime no Ippo. I think it's a fucking fantastic show. Our first ever guest, Josh Campbell, was a Hajime no Ippo enjoyer. I remember him watching it on his prep because it got put onto Netflix. And it's such a good fucking show, especially like when you're dieting or prepping, honestly, because it's a shonen anime. So Ippo, the main kid, the main boxer kid, progressively gets better. And I used to box. I don't know if that's been mentioned in the show. I used to box. The author really does pay a lot of homage to, like, he pays a lot of respect to the sport. It's like very sort of like realistic in terms of like the form of progression which you take to that. And they do capitalize on some things in that quite well. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it is. I think it's like, in my opinion, the best sports anime. If I had to be very, very honest, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift is my personal favourite, but I would say objectively, this is like the best sports anime. Have you seen that show, by the way?
No, is that the?
No,
just
mate, is it Sino Chest?
Yeah, that's the show, man. Mate, it's so funny. Oh, mate, I love that show.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a turn your brain off show. But yeah, you
So-
both fuck with that. Yeah, no, Hajime no Ippo, goated show. I think what we should do is make an AniGains must watch list.
Yes.
Where like
Next episode we'll do that.
just like the non-negotiable shows. That it's like, boy,
Yeah.
like if come on, get a fucking grip, pull your thumb out.
Yeah.
Watch shows.
Okay.
Yeah, no, sorry, go ahead. Please make your segue.
So I am currently watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, right? So
Yes.
out of all the big shows that people are saying, well, like Cam said, you must watch this, and it's like all anime fans have seen this. That's one of the few that I haven't seen yet, because it's one of the most influential anime of all time and one of the most spoken about. So it is a mecha anime. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of mecha animes, generally speaking. Whenever I watch them, I'm more a fan of the other stuff that goes on in the stories rather than mecha fights. I find it hard to get attached when people are in mechas and just blasting lasers and all that. I'd rather have a one-to-one shonen battle. I find them a lot more personable and interesting. But this is, even though it's one of the most influential, it's not a typical mecha anime in that it's more focused on the characters, which I really enjoy, and kind of their journeys and their struggles. If you want a light-hearted anime, this is not the one to watch. Though it is like sitting at home in your room at 10 p.m., like just questioning like this is the anime to watch, because it's
Really?
very very nihilistic anime in terms of like it's like this kid Shinji just questioning like the meaning of life, like what's the point in doing this? He's depressed half the time. Yeah, just a super dark tone to the whole anime. There's lots of moments of like silence where you can just hear crickets and the guy's just like lying down, and it just sets like quite a dark, depressing tone to the anime. So I don't think it'd be Noah's favorite, to be honest, because he like.
It's I even
ripples
messaged you saying, "Oh my god, how is it? I really want to watch it."
It's great. It's great. I really enjoy it so far, but it's not an easy watch. Is all I'm gonna say. It's not like brain rot. It's the opposite of brain rot. It's like it's quite
Particularly
What's that?
slow. Is it like particularly slow?
It's a little bit slow, I would say, the first few episodes. I've heard it picks up a little bit. It is a little bit slower though, but if you don't mind that, and if you want a break from like brain rot anime, or let's just say, the best way I can describe it is it's probably the opposite to Solo Leveling. I would say, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That it's very driven by the characters, and it focuses a lot on them and setting the scene and setting the tone, rather than just battle after battle, and nothing else happening in between. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'll need to see how it progresses as it goes on, but yeah, not an easy watch at all.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think I might fucking check that out. To be fair, I am up to my fucking neck. This usually happens like once a year. There's like no shows, and then suddenly there's all the fucking shows, and I want to revisit all the old stuff too. So like this week, Gigacha episode 2 dropped, which was a lot better than episode 1. I thought the pacing of episode 1 was very rushed, very, very rushed. The episode 2 pacing was a little bit better. It feels a little bit corny, except the main character does save it a lot. Anytime he's on screen, he kind of has like because he's not an objective good guy. In fact, he's very much like has like these weird turns where you're like, whoa, like I don't actually he might be the worst character in the show, but we're yet to see just yet. It's sort of like a light Yagami in Death Note, but the pacing's fucking 100 times faster, and it's a lot less complex. But animation cool, fight scene good, music good. So Cam happy for now. We'll be tuning in every Sunday when that drops. But the other 2 shows I've got going on at the minute is again from the new releases this year. Dan Season 2 just dropped. I've watched all the new current episodes of that, And I've got to say, in terms of releases this year, that's currently shitting on everything. Animation, story, humor, 10 out of fucking 10. The English dub for Dandadan is fan-fucking-tastic. It's way better than the Japanese. If you're
You
going to watch
watched it in
that,
English?
that show specifically, yes. Because the English voice acting is very, very good. I don't know why, whenever I hear, like, dub... Well, when dub is done well, I think, in anime, it is peak. Like,
Yes.
sound...
Death Note.
Yeah. Sound...
Death Note's English as well.
Fantastic dub.
Yeah.
Fantastic dub. Yeah.
Even Attack on Titan English dub is...
I'm not a fan of some of the voice actors of Attack on Titan. I think what's that?
Erwin,
yes. Erwin is the only one I would say which is peak. But I would say sub is significantly better, I would say.
For majority of cases. But when a dub hits...
No, I mean for that show.
Yeah. For when a dub hits, it fucking hits hard. And it's hitting me hella at the minute. So Dandadan at the minute is probably getting the most enjoyment. Night of the Living Dead, I'm yet to return to. It's a very, very unserious show. I do like it for what it is. That's a very turn your brain off, and look at there's cats ruling the world. It's literally 28 Days Later, but with cats, it's a fucking awesome concept. Congratulations to that studio. If that gets nominated for anything, I probably will vote for it. The only other show I've been watching aside from that is Deadman Wonderland. We had somebody write into the show and tell us to watch it, and I was manning the AniGains account, so I did the Cam's Fitness Classic. I read his message and ignored it, and then thought I'd to give it a watch anyway. And I'll be honest, like, I'm annoyed at myself for not watching this show earlier, because I remember seeing the hype about it when it came out. And yeah, it really does go to show that, like, some of the old but gold stuff that you've not discovered will sometimes be... Because we're always searching for that new thing, right? But, like, genuinely go back through the archives, there is some fucking heat. Like, I can guarantee you, that came out today with Best Animation, it's all people would talk about. And to be honest, at the time, it was all people were talking about as well. And for fucking good reason. I'm on, like, episode 10 at the minute. Conceptually, the show is quite dark, but it's the mystery behind... Basically, Deadman Wonderland is, like, a high institution, like, prison. And they basically take, like, the worst... Like, basically, Tokyo's economy collapsed. They take all these prisoners... They lock them up here and they make them compete in, like, these really, like, sort of, like, fucked up games for, like, the citizens' entertainment. It's kind of like a higher profile Squid Game, but everybody knows it. Yeah. Except these people aren't in debt; they're criminals, and they have to basically earn a certain amount of like points to be able to afford, like, like, food, to be able to afford medicine as well, because they've all got this collar around their neck, and it basically has 3 days on it, and if you don't earn enough money within that time, that collar will just kill you. So all these people are, like, doing all these really fucked up things just to get the money, and the main character gets pushed into a certain section of this prison where, let's just say, the stakes are a lot higher, and it's a little bit more underground. I won't reveal any more from there because it's quite complicated from that point, but yeah, super fucking good watch. Like, if you're a fan of what Squid Game was conceptually, fucking check out Deadman Wonderland. It's great. It is, like, genuinely, it's a very, very good show. You have to be quite good with blood and gore, though. I'll be honest, like, that show is very gory, and it's... I've seen a decent amount of live leak in my times. It's fairly accurate. So, like, trigger warning, PSA, if you're not good with that, maybe it's not the show for you. Because they really don't tone that shit down. Especially in certain places. I'm like, oh, fucking... Especially on the bulk. You know, when you're eating a meal with it, you're like, fucking hell. I didn't need to see that over my chicken and rice. Like, But yeah, no, it's a great show. It's a great watch. And then aside from that, I'm just kind of keeping my eyes out for anything new. Hearing shows from the fellas. We've all planned to go see the Demon Slayer movie. So I need to catch up on Demon Slayer at some point.
Are you not
'Cause I
caught?
no, I don't think Demon Slayer's that good.
Wow, that's crazy. I know that's fine, but it's crazy that you haven't caught up with it.
Sorry, like after the entertainment arc, what good thing has happened in that show?
Wait until the end of the end of Hashira training. You'll see.
Yeah,
Wait until the
even
end.
though the Hashira training is just, you're kind of just dragging along, the end
It's the
makes
worst
up for the
arc,
whole
but
season.
the end is peak.
Okay, I mean
Yeah.
that means we got to go through the entire fucking thing with the Hot Springs arc before we get to that.
Yeah.
You know, we then need to sit through all of the Hashira training arc until we get to the end. So how many episodes of anime is that? How much time? What, 48 episodes before the show
No.
gets good?
Wait, it's
No, it's less.
24 episodes before it gets good. So you got to spit through 3 episodes of Mid Slayer for one good episode. Is what you're telling me. And that's crazy.
No, because the season is the Hot Springs thing you're talking about. Whenever the demon comes out and he's got like his brothers. Okay, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
When there was, like,
yes.
yeah.
That wasn't that. I didn't think
That
I
was
didn't think
good.
that was that bad. I
That
thought
was fine.
pretty good.
So if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about all that season was fine. The Hashira training arc was boring. I think the last few episodes of that were pretty fucking good though.
Yes.
'Cause I started that Hot Springs arc. I was like, this is pretty
Just
bad.
wait until they get into the actual fight. The actual fight was good.
Bro, like, you can't have a show premise in which, like, it's shit up until the end. Like, brother, that's a pacing issue. And, you know, like, if you compete with all these new releases, let me tell you an anime with which fucking something cool happens every episode. Dan to Dan. Every episode's a banger. There's not been one boring episode of that show. Like, I don't know.
Watch Demon Slayer.
I guess I might just like read a wiki on it and then just get to the good part. But we have a special guest on the pod. We have a special guest. Oh yes, AniGains fans.
This is Diego. Named after Diego Costa.
That's crazy.
This is the best boy ever. Listen to him purr. He's not purring. He's the greatest cat. I've got 2 cats. But this little fucker is the best. Look, Diego next to Diego. There you go. He's even got his legs out. He's stretching. So, there you go. There's the Diego camming.
That was the Diego comment. Diego will now feature on every episode of AniGains. For every
Can we have
viewer.
Can we have him in the thumbnail, boys? Just the cat wearing the Chelsea football top.
Can we just have him covering over all the other naturals? Like,
Yeah,
Yes.
like we've got Prosper and AJ Morris on either side of Diego.
he should be like
Diego
the puppet
was
man.
the fake Natty and PCA Natty one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the man pulling the strings all along. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't get that sort of build naturally, man.
Mafia go yeah.
I think that's the episode.
Questions.
Alright.
Right. So we've got Sunny with us. Which studio has the best animation?
Bones.
Mappa.
Bones is better, man.
Yeah. Toy
Bones-
Animations.
Okay. So, I'm correct. The other two are wrong. Next question.
Okay. So you've already answered this one. Ian Talbot asks, what's your opinion on fake natties entering the scene and winning shows?
Yeah.
So we've already answered that.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
Next one, Jermaine Sully asks,
Ooh.
best mecha anime.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. There we go.
Don't you dare say Attack on Titan.
That's the best
No,
match.
I'm banning that as an answer.
is
I'm banning that as an answer.
Check the
And
AniGains post.
someone, no,
I am winning
listen,
that poll.
someone, no. Listen, someone in the comments, and it was a great point, mentioned Mecha is short for mechanical, aka not biological, human. Mechanical as in made by a human.
That
So
doesn't inherently mean
a titan is not a mechanical object.
Listen, could you not argue that everyone's made by someone?
No.
Yeah. And the body, the mechanics of the body. You know,
No,
mechanic doesn't
no.
inherently mean machine.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Well, the
Let's
body is a
put
very,
it in.
it's nature's machine. Therefore, that's the best mecha.
No.
You've asked me for my point.
Okay, I've looked online. Mecha dictionary: a large armored robot, typically controlled by a person riding inside the robot itself.
Define robot.
A robot is literally
No.
powered by a.
Definition of robot. We're doing this, guys. Like, listen, I won that poll fair and square. 70% of people
Did
agree
you win
with-
it?
90s.
Yeah.
Japanese mecha, shortened form of mechanism, or mechanical.
I said check the definition of robots, Ken.
Robot. Okay.
There you go. What do you think?
Machine resembling a human being and able to replicate certain human movements and function automatically. A
Not
machine.
like a titan.
A titan is not a machine.
I would argue that they are a machine.
Oh my days, no
Small
it
reference
isn't.
to Wall Maria.
Come. Who has an engineering degree on this podcast?
Who won the AniGains poll? Me.
No.
Take your engineering degree.
I know
AniGains
what I've
listeners
learned
are
over the two
stupid.
of those things, mate.
The AniGains listeners do not have degrees.
Hey, it doesn't matter. They're the fucking listeners. They're going to agree with me.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'm banning Attack on Titan as an answer.
Fine.
What's the best mecha anime?
Parasite.
Huh?
Parasite.
They're not robots.
No. They're aliens that control people.
No.
And
Parasite.
as we just established,
Cam.
Come on, next one.
well, Noah, you go. Everything I say is wrong, apparently.
I've never watched a mecha anime, so I'm gonna say My Love Story. That's my. that's me.
High
Right.
school DxD.
I'm gonna say an actual one.
My legit.
No.
No, it is. The main character has
I'm
like
gonna
a
say an actual one.
dragon suit, so that's my yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say an actual one, which is the correct answer.
Could you say
It's,
One Piece?
Called Yeah.
Oh, Frankie.
Oh yeah. Frankie is technically part machine. That counts. Death Note, like Yagami, uses a laptop. If you use a laptop, that means
Any
like,
online coach out there is a mecha.
No.
I am a mecha anime. I've got 2 monitors on the screen right now. Right. Okay. I hope that answers your question, Jermaine. Thank you for that one, mate. Sparked a great debate. Do we have any more questions?
No.
Okay, alright. Kez don't want to do the show anymore. So, right, guys, I think that's the episode now. Cool, aren't you glad you stayed to the end? Links for everything is going to be in the description. Gentlemen, is there any sort of final thing you want to mention?
No.
Attack on Titan is not a mecha.
Okay, and with that, that's the episode. Good night, everybody.
Peace.